Get my name.
What's good, people? You're now locked into the Goodman audio experience with me, Matt. Who else we got?
Got here Dimeji.
Rizzy.tt.
Medhy.
So let's just jump straight in. What do you guys? What are you on? Like, what do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh,
Health
5
and wealth.
years.
Health and wealth. Intact.
Conquered the whole game.
Alive.
Nah,
where do I see
but,
myself in
go on.
5 years?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's always changing, man. I like to set myself goals, and I do have an idea of where I want to be in the future, but I can't say in 5 years, man, because things change, like your passion changes, like your situation changes. But for me, I just like to be successful in whatever I do and whatever I set my mind to, and I'd like everyone around me, the people around me, to be successful as well.
We all eating together.
Yeah,
We're all
I
eating
rate
together.
that,
That's
I
the
rate
type of environment I want to be in,
That's
and
the
where I
energy
want to
right
be.
there.
My friends are winning, I'm winning as well.
It's actually interesting because like it can be hard when you're around people that don't kind of share that same vision with you. I think among like where I guess it's from where we come from in like South. Well, I come from Southeast, where it's like not a lot of people. We haven't seen a lot of people come out and do like amazing stuff. So then when you come with like ambition and like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, it's very. A lot of people are quick to say, "Come on, man, don't be a bit realistic."
Yeah,
I think that's way more.
you know what it is. Yeah, you know what it is. It's a good point though, because something I've realized as well, and what that is people projecting their fears onto you.
Yeah.
So they've had dreams in their lives, and they've been like, or they've been talked out of those dreams, or like they've maybe failed. And when they hear other people trying to trace those dreams, they automatically shut it down.
Because winners will never tell you that. They will
Exactly.
never,
Winners will push you on. Winners will tell you it's
they'll
possible.
tell you can do it,
You know what I mean?
Do you guys believe that someone should definitely like keep in mind to be realistic, or do you think we should scrape it out of our mind, like being realistic, like the word realistic when it comes to our goals and visions, and let's say
I feel like realistic shouldn't even come into the into the conversation. I feel like whatever you see in your mind is realistic. So whatever you feel like you can achieve, you can make it happen. You can definitely make it happen, man. Like even for me, so okay, I'm an actor now, but I started off as a model. I did a bit of modeling here and there. I did like runway shows, photo shoots. It got to a point where I felt like I needed something else. I needed more.
Yeah.
I wanted a challenge, so I got into this acting thing. And
how hard would you say acting is?
Acting is not easy at all, man. Like, this shit is like, I only realized how hard acting was when I went to drama school.
Well,
I studied for 6 months, and during that 6 months, like, I went through like a massive change. It really opened my eyes to myself. I have a better understanding of myself, a better understanding of people around me. And I'm just in a completely different headspace. And it's even like made me think more and look into like my own mental health. So like we were saying on the other show, like there's things that we've like been through in our past that have like heavily influenced how we are now. Confidence, the way we react in situations and stuff. The whole acting thing it's not easy, and not a lot of people make it, but me, I have such confidence in myself that I know that like no matter how hard things get, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be one of the best in my field, and like
definitely
I will be one of the best in the world. Like I have no doubts about that at all.
Doubt.
And
speak that into existence, man. That's good.
100%, man. And like for you to have a positive mindset, I feel like it's conditioning. You're not just born with it. You have to tell yourself.
Hard.
It's
like,
hard, man.
People say you should try and find the positivity in everything that happens.
Yeah.
You know how hard that is. Like, and there's days where stuff happened in your life, and you're thinking, what is positive about this? Like, what can I find out of this?
Feels like you're scraping at nothing, but
that's nothing. And then sometimes I'll be telling myself, like, am I just lying to myself that there's something positive in this, or should I just be positive the whole time? Like, it doesn't make sense to be positive every day. But
it's not. You just have to keep faith, though.
You should have to keep faith.
Yeah.
Faith and being positive is two different things.
Yeah, keep faith. That's number one.
Two different things.
It's easier said than done, but
where do you see yourself, Rizzy, in 5 years?
Perfect health,
Amen.
wealth.
Amen.
my mental state 100,
Mm-hmm.
and most importantly, growth.
And career-wise,
Yeah, growth. Just growth in the things that I'm doing, everything that's going
as an
on.
entrepreneur.
You said like
further
you
growth.
said, and career wise, like he needs to grow in like height as well.
Nah.
Whoa,
Hopefully that too.
Nah, we wish him the
Hopefully
best. You get me? We wish him the world.
Hopefully that too.
Wish him
Get
the
them
best.
knee transplants in that. Yeah.
That's Turkey.
Have you guys ever been like in such a low point that you felt like giving up?
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely. I felt so low that like it was. I couldn't see nothing anymore. I was like, this is not for me. None of this makes sense. Life doesn't make sense. Like, why does this happen? Why does that happen? Why is nothing happening good to me? Whilst everything's around me, people talk to me all the time and tell me, yeah, you're good. You're gonna make it. Da da da. You have so much potential, but yet I try so hard, but nothing comes out of it. Nothing good. So I was so low. I thought like, you know what, this is not for me. And it's quite hard to talk about this, but it doesn't matter. Like,
Hey, this is an open space,
it's
my
open
brother.
space. Nah,
This
it's
is a
calm.
safe space.
Like, a lot of people have been
Really
through
stays
this.
between
Like,
these walls and all the listeners.
yeah,
All
no.
the listeners.
A lot of people have been through this. Like, I'm sure a lot of people in this world have tried to take their own life. If that makes sense, because they were so down. And I tried it like at a tube station. I tried it. But what was weird is, and this is why I say I thank God every day, and I believe He's actually true. Like, God does
you
exist.
pulled through, man.
Yeah, like literally, the tube was coming, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm tired of this. And as I walked up, something was telling me, yeah, do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I have faith, so I think like that was literally the devil talking.
Devil, bro.
The parasite
And
in
then
your head.
something within me spoke to me and told me, no, this is not you. That's not what you want to do. You shouldn't do this. It's not gonna help you in every type of form. It's only gonna hurt the people behind you, and you will be dead. That makes sense. And I stopped myself at the very like last on the edge, and the tube just passed, and I was like, whoa.
Okay.
And from that day, I said never again. And from that day, I never had a thought. When you speak things into existence, it actually works. Like, people out there, make sure you talk into existence. But I told myself, never again will I ever have a thought of trying to take my own life in this world.
Yeah.
Since then, never.
What was
And I don't think ever is gonna come back.
Oh, that's good.
So what kind of got you into that mental state? So like, was it uni? Was it things at home?
It was a lot, because obviously I live in myself in this country. I was new to this country. I came to live with my auntie, and everything was good, but I felt it was different for me as from 15, I didn't live with my mum. If that makes sense. She passed away at 15 when I was 15. So it was just my brothers and sisters. Even though they had authority over me, I mean, it's like I don't have a mum figure or the dad figure. So when I came to England, I moved into my auntie's house, which it was kind of like I have a mum and a dad, my uncle. So it was kind of hard for me. So I was like, you know what? It's time for me to just move out. I need to do my own thing. I need to live by myself. And it was hard. Like, rent in London is not easy.
Yeah.
Especially as a student. Working is not easy as a student, full time as well. And then on top of that, I was doing something at uni that I didn't like. But I was already in my second year, and I passed my second year, and I was going to my third. I was like, there's no point of me redoing 3 years.
Yeah.
So I kept going, but it was just too much. And then also, it was weird because people say time heals, but for me, it kind of did the opposite. The older I get, the more I kind of realize, like, whoa, I actually never had a mum. And when you're around people, like, you know, all of a sudden now, I wouldn't say all of a sudden, but nowadays on internet, on Instagram, you see all these people, Happy Mother's Day, or buy a car for my mom, I bought a house for my mom, all of that. It kind of played into my mind, because I was thinking, cool, even if I make it, who am I going to give it to?
Yeah.
Even though my auntie's like my second mum, but it's still not my mum. That makes sense. So it was kind of all of that, and that's basically it. Yeah. So I tried to work on it. I'm more positive. So
Definitely speaking to people helps a lot, man.
Yeah,
it's one thing I've found as well. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, like I was gonna talk about just uni, because like I feel like a lot of people at uni are like unhappy. I just feel like they're trapped. I know, like for me, like I was actually going through depression. Like I had counselling and stuff, and it was a thing where like I felt like I needed to tell my mum, but I didn't want to, because I knew it would just like what it would do to her. And it was just like I was going through a phase where I was just like, man, what did, like, you just feel trapped. But yeah, I don't know, it's just God God and just thinking about like your loved ones, and like that's just what like pulled me through, I guess.
You need to have something that you can hold on every day when you wake up.
Yeah, you need an anchor.
Anchor. If you don't have an anchor, you're not doing the right thing.
Well, it's hard. What about you, Rizzy?
I've been low in terms of like just almost giving up on like projects that I've started, like just not believing in myself. I think that's the lowest. And then also like just health, just being in a bad space, being in a bad space where you know, you just don't feel good, you just feel low. I've never actually thought of harming myself, but I just felt like giving up and not caring about anything.
But that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
If you don't care about anything, what do you care about?
What do you live for? Exactly.
What do you live for?
Yeah. Just drifting.
It's the same thing.
Drifts is like the perfect word.
Drifts, yeah, bro.
Just go with the flow.
Drifting.
That.
Just drifting.
And us people
and lashing out
partying, drinking, women. Can get
woman, Jesse, woman.
Couldn't go one pot without bringing up woman. One pot.
I mean, they're part of the life. Look at us. We're black kings, innit? They're part of our life.
Not valuing relationships as well. So you just cut people out easily.
You can miss the right one. You know, you never know.
No, I mean relationships in general. Like,
you don't want the right one.
True that actually, because literally you can just wake up one day and just like, man,
fuck everyone.
Fuck off. Yeah. Legit.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So, what would be your advice to people who are maybe going through depression and, you know, can't see a way out and like need help? What would be your advice to them be?
Make sure you open up. Make sure you try to talk to people. I didn't open up at first, and then my friend and my cousin told me, you need to talk. If you don't talk, it's going to keep bubbling up inside you. You need to talk to people, but talk to the right ones. Talk to the ones that you know you can share something with. You know they're gonna bring you a right answer. There's no right answer, but an answer that may help you at a certain sort, like
take you out of that darkness.
Yeah. And also, if you need professional help, go and seek it. It's not bad, especially as black people. We don't believe in professional help, therapy, all of that. Yeah. And yeah, that's basically it. That's what I would do.
Well, that's very.
Don't be afraid.
Very interesting talk, guys. But that's going to wrap up the session today. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to hand it over to Matt.
This guy's trying to steal my outro.
I just like my voice.
Let the young king speak. Let the young king speak, man. Come on.
Gassed on this mic.
Thanks for listening. And if you make sure you subscribe to our podcast, and don't forget to use our code GPOD1 for 10% off all your Goodman purchases.
Sweet.
Nice.
Goodman out.
Thanks for listening to the Goodman podcast experience. Shit, that was mad.
Until next episode.
Thank you very much for listening to the Goodman.
All right, bye now.
Later. We're out.
Matthew Festus, the good.
Follow me on Instagram, Medhy, Malanda, you know what it is.